Ever have one of those moments as a coach where you give clear instructions, you demonstrate the drill, you even make eye contact, and then the athlete does the exact opposite of what you just said? So you repeat it, maybe a little louder, still doesn't land. Now you're frustrated, they're confused, and somewhere along the way, the assumption creeps in. They're just not listening. But what if that's not actually true? What if the problem isn't that they weren't listening, but that they didn't know what to listen for? Welcome to the Mental Weight Room, where we train the brain just like you train your body. I'm Antoinette Zatok, your mental performance coach, and today's episode is a special one for all the coaches tuning in. It doesn't matter what sport, age, or skill level you coach, we're talking about a simple shift, one question, that can completely change how your athletes process information, respond to coaching, and ultimately perform under pressure. And it starts with this: tell me what you heard so far. Not listening is one of the most common labels in coaching, but it's also one of the most misleading, because when we say an athlete isn't listening, what we often mean is they didn't execute a skill correctly, or they didn't follow directions, or they didn't meet our expectations. And we jump straight to lack of focus, poor attitude, disrespect. But here's the truth. Most of the time, it's not defiance. It's a breakdown in one of two things: either how we communicate or how they process what we say. Think about what we're asking athletes to do. We give multiple instructions at once. For example, stay tight, lift your chest, don't rush, point your toes. That's 4 cues in about 3 seconds. Now layer in nerves, fatigue, fear of messing up, trying to impress the coach, and what happens? They grab something, but not always the right thing. So when they mess up, it's not that they ignored you, it's that their brain filtered differently than you expected. This is where the question changes everything. Tell me what you heard so far. Not, were you listening? What did I just say? With that tone that we all have. But tell me what you heard so far. Do you feel the difference? One is a test. The other is an invitation for information. When you ask an athlete to repeat back what they heard, a few powerful things happen. First, you activate engagement. They're no longer passive recipients. They have to process, organize, and respond. Second, you reveal the gap. You get real-time insights into what landed, what didn't, what got distorted. And third, you build awareness. Because now the athlete starts to recognize, oh, that's what I focused on. Oh, I missed that part. That's a skill, and most athletes have never been taught it. This doesn't have to be complicated. Try it in simple moments, after giving instructions. Before we start, tell me what you heard. Mid-drill, after mistake. Pause, tell me what you were focusing on. In a high-pressure moment, what's your one cue right now? Notice that, one cue, not 5, because clarity beats volume every single time. What you're really building here isn't just better listening. You're building focus, self-awareness, and ownership. You're training athletes to think, to filter, to lock in on what matters in the moment. And that's what shows up under pressure. Because in competition, you don't get the coach repeating instructions. You get whatever the athlete has learned to hold on to. Parents, this applies to you too. How many times have you said something to your athlete and felt like it went in one ear and out the other? Instead of repeating it or escalating it, try this. Tell me what you heard me say. It slows the moment down, it removes the power struggle, and it builds the same skill, awareness. Here's the bottom line. If you always repeat instructions, you train dependence. But when you ask athletes to reflect, you train awareness. And awareness is what allows them to adjust, adapt, and perform without you needing to say a word. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're enjoying the Mental Weight Room, let us know. Share an episode or two, drop a comment, click like, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a mental workout. This is Coach Antoinette signing off. And remember, keep training your brain like you train your body, and keep pushing your limits.